This is Richard Shaw from Odoo, RSH at Odoo, and I'm making this video to help people understand what a many-to-one, many-to-many, and a one-to-many field are in Odoo. Quick rundown. Odoo is a Postgres SQL database, essentially, where you have different tables with fields referencing one another. I'll give you an example. Let's dive into the CRM module here. This is the crm.lead table, which is the CRM application. And in that table, you have different records, and each record has different fields within that record. So essentially, the opportunity name, I'm here in debug view, so I can get some technical information. So here I know the field name is name, the object is crm.lead. You'll notice that all these fields have the same object, crm.lead, customer, also crm.lead. In this case, we have email, crm.lead, and it's very clear. So there's different field types depending on what information you want to utilize. So for instance, the name here, the opportunity, is a character field type. So it's not referencing anything. You can type in whatever you want, alphanumeric characters, you're good to go. Then you have probability here, which is a float. So it is usually something that it uses only integers. It's not alphanumeric. And then of course, expected closing is this date field. So you have specific restrictions in terms of what information can be in there. Now let's see what a many-to-one is. A many-to-one essentially is a way for information to go from different tables. So for instance, this customer field pulls from a different table altogether. While this field itself, partner_ID, belongs to the object crm.lead, the type is a many-to-one with a relationship to another table, which is res.partner. So what you're effectively doing is bridging a gap between two different tables and saying I can select a res.partner record in the table res.partner and putting it in the crm.lead table, so it's a many-to-one type. And an easy way to explain what a many-to-one is, there are many different options I can select in this table, but I'm only able to choose one, many-to-one. Now another example here would be Salesperson. Very similar. You have many records that can be selected from and only choose one, so a many-to-one. And this time, the relationship is with the table res.users, as you can see here, as opposed to the crm.lead, which this field is related to. And then, of course, you have sales team, also very similar, except in this case, it's a selection widget. So you can modify the many-to-one selection, and you can create as many tables as you'd like. The only time you wouldn't have a many-to-one in a selection is if there's only a distinct few options to choose from. I don't think there's an example here, but I can definitely show you one later. Now, a many-to-many is something very similar to a many-to-one. So here we have a tag field. This tag field is a crm.lead field. However, it's related to crm.lead.tag, which is another field altogether. The difference between a many-to-one and a many-to-many is the many-to-one, I can only choose one option. In a many-to-many, I can select multiple. So that is how I'm bridging a gap between two different tables. In this case, again, as I mentioned, the table is crm.lead.tag, where you'll essentially keep a repository of all the possible tags you can choose from on a lead, and you can then choose whenever you want to. And actually, as I just recalled, this priority field is a selection field. It is not a many-to-one. It's not a many-to-many. It is or one-to-many. This essentially says I can only pick 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 0, 1, 2, and 3, respectively. Now, where do you see a many-to-many? So, as a reminder, this is a many-to-one. You can choose, there's many different options in the table. You can choose only one of them. This is a many-to-many, or many, exactly. So you can choose many different options from one table and select as many as you want in the other table. Now we have the other one, which is one-to-many. And there's a few examples of that. In this case, it's going to be the sales application. We're going to dive into a quotation here. And so in the quotation, just like with the lead, you have similar fields. I have a customer, which is a many-to-one. And I have a payment terms, which is also a many-to-one. Now down below, though, you'll actually see a one-to-many. So we are in the table called sales.order. As you see here, object sales.order, field partner_ID, relating to res.partner, another table. However, what's distinct in the way Odoo is set up when it comes to the relationships between different tables, the sales order is where a lot of triggers happen. So for instance, a storable product will generate a delivery order. A service will generate a task. A subscription will generate a subscription. So these different actions take place based on the configuration of a specific product down below. And because of this, or maybe not, to be confirmed, but essentially this table, this whole thing here that I can hopefully select outside of the down below, this is actually one giant field as well. This field is called order underscore line with a object related to the in the object sale.order we are in. However, in this case, the relationship is sale.order.line. So while we are in the sale.order object, there's another object storing information as well called saleorder.line. And in that saleorder.line table, there's a bunch of other relationship fields with products, and of course some quantity fields here, and taxes, which is pulling from another table altogether as well. And so in this case, it's a one-to-many because it's one table, saleorder.line, and you can choose many different options from it in many different values. So that's how that works. So you could bridge the gap between these different tables through creating studio fields. So for instance, I could modify the saleorder.line table, add a new field, maybe description number 2, and then use Studio to bring that here as well. So you have many different options. Hopefully that clarifies a bit for you. It's a little bit more technical, so maybe I missed a few points there, or maybe I didn't explain something completely accurate as someone more technical would like to, but at least you get the gist of what the difference is between a many-to-one, a many-to-many, or one-to-many, and a many-to-many, which is such as the taxes here, as you see. So if you have any other questions, please let me know. RSH at Odoo. Thank you.